What are you running from? Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been fairly successful. I want to continue to be successful.
Yeah. Say that one more time. I'm afraid of failure.
I'm afraid of failure.
Yeah. Just notice what comes up when you acknowledge that.
Yeah, because I've seen many I've been in the field for a while. I've seen many folks fail.
Right.
They're no longer in the field.
Yeah.
So,
And how does that make you feel?
it made me feel scared.
So this is very, very profound, right? You're offering us a peek into a very interesting dynamic, which is, I would say every one of you here, you're here because you're interested in growth, right? You're growth-minded, you seek growth, you seek developing yourself, you want to grow, you want to improve, you want to evolve, right? That's why you're here. You wouldn't be here if you weren't interested in that. But it's not just what we do, it's where we come from. And the come from can be, I'm trying to get away from something, like failure, right? Of being rendered obsolete and irrelevant. Or I'm moving towards desire. So one of the things that I had in mind to share with you guys was something called the motivational triad. So basically, all human motivation, everything we do, right, every choice we make, typically comes down to 3 motivational drives. The first one, which is the strongest, is the drive to avoid pain. So we do stuff to avoid pain. And that could be physical pain, that could be emotional pain, psychological pain, relational pain, right? Pain on whatever level. When I say pain, I also include discomfort. So, take that example of someone who feels socially awkward, who feels insecure, has like social anxiety come up in, crowded rooms. And there's this visceral discomfort that comes up, like walking into a room full of people, maybe at a networking event, they don't know anyone. And their system is going to do everything it can to avoid that, right? So their motivational vectors are going to take them away from situations that cause that discomfort to come up. So that's the first one, the avoidance of pain. That's our primary imperative in life. The second is the pursuit of pleasure. So the second one is that we're always trying to move towards pleasure. We're always trying to move towards a higher emotional state of some sort. We always want to feel better, right? So this is the place where trillions of dollars are made. So that fucking thing, the TV, right? Notice every commercial for anything food related, how tantalizing it looks. The Pizza Hut commercial of, these people, they found a way to stuff the crust with cheese. And then they pull it's freshly, it comes out of the oven and they pull it and you can see the cheese and it's just so devastatingly beautiful. Who can resist that? He can. Right? Everything is like turned up to such a high intensity that it's pleasurable to watch it, right? And we can't resist it. So all the marketing is designed to make you feel pain and then give you something pleasurable to go towards. And human beings, we try to seek pleasure everywhere. We try to seek it with food, right? That's why this country is having a little bit of a health crisis. We seek it with media. This is why these new generation, the kids these days are all addicted to social media, and they're born into social media, right? They're digitally native. Their nervous systems are forming around scrolling. Their dopamine systems are being wired differently because of a screen being stuck in front of their faces when they're 2 years old, right? It's weird. We're going to see the effects of this in a couple of decades, but we're, as a species, we're just seeing a very perverse manifestation of how much we are addicted to pleasure, right? In every way. And dopamine is one of those things we're just seeking from every direction. The third one is the conservation of energy. So the third piece of the motivational triad is conservation of energy. And conservation of energy is a biological imperative. And the way this works is that our first biological imperative is to survive. And we're adapted for the thousands of years of evolution where food was scarce, right? Food didn't become so abundant until very recently. We're not adapted to that, much less adapted to this technological world. So we are biologically wired to conserve energy. That's why we store fat, because we want to maximize our chances of survival. Every excess calorie that we don't burn, we store for later. And we also try to conserve energy psychologically. This is why patterns exist. So we get into these grooves of thinking, right? Whether it's anxiety, low self-worth, all of this stuff. We inhabit that structure because it's easier energetically to inhabit the same structure, even though it's painful, than change. Change for the human system is very expensive. It's a very expensive process. A lot of shit has to fire for a human being to change in a fundamental way, right? So we resist change. There is an inertia to our systems. We don't like change. We fight change, even if the change involves us feeling better in some way, right? So coming back to the desire for self-improvement, that desire can come from a desire to avoid pain or move into a more pleasurable state, right? So when we are trying to push away from something, we're actually strengthening it. So the more you try to improve to avoid being a failure, the more you're feeling like a failure. Because you're failing, right? Because the reason why you need to improve is because you're failing.
Okay, so I could see the gap. Yeah. On the other hand, what was the other pushing towards a goal? That also was a fuel for me to.
Totally. Is there a level of compulsivity in your pursuit of improvement?
I could see it I'm not sure I'm there yet, but
Yeah.
I could see that.
Can you turn it off? Can you go chill with your wife and watch a movie?
I better.
No, but like, does it feel easy?
For the sake of my relationship.
But does it feel easy?
Sometimes it's not easy.
Okay, that's all I'm getting at, right? By the way, what your wife wants from you?
She just wants me to be there.
She wants your presence, right? The feminine is nourished by the masculine's presence. You can save a lot of money in divorce. I recommend everyone get divorced at least once. It's great. It's like essential life experience. But twice is not necessary. So the feminine wants presence from the masculine, right? When the masculine's somewhere else psychologically, or on the phone, or thinking about work or whatever, any relational dyad or triad, there's going to be a need for presence from the other person. So what she longs for is your presence. And that's actually what you long for as well. Because why do you want to improve? So you can finally relax, right?
This is like, this is my story. This is like exactly what I went through.
It's, yeah.
Because what are you hoping will happen when you improve enough?
I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see the end of that road. I just, I'll want to do more or try to do more, want to have, or be resentful that I don't have the time to do,
Right,
to improve more. I guess.
right.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Is that enjoyable for you?
Well, it's not only, yeah, I see things that are bad for you are sometimes, the feeling is bad for me, but sometimes that's good for me because it forces me
Right.
to take it, to really improve, to
Yeah.
really do concrete steps to improve.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I do see times when it completely, I resent, feel bad. I should talk about my wife like this. It's nothing. She's a great wife.
Yeah.
But, I just resent that I don't have my time. I mean, it's another reasons why I'm here. I guess
Yeah.
it's kind of my time, and she's already called me a couple times, which is great.
Yeah.
I called her, but yeah, I want to be a little selfish too, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And does that feel accessible? Like, does it feel like you can give to yourself in the way that you want to give to yourself?
It does, and to compliment her, she went through, she's a yoga teacher now, she went through a long program in Costa Rica, and she really encouraged me to do this. She's supportive, although sometimes I have to be better in how I communicate to her that I need that time, or I need to,
But as soon as you,
without insulting her.
yeah, but as soon as you have that time, do you fill it with self-improvement activities?
Yeah, usually, in here, yeah, yeah,
I can totally see how she's to blame,
yeah. Yeah.
right? The edge for you is going to be empty space. The edge for you is going to be having a day where you don't have anything scheduled, you're not improving, you're not learning, you're just hanging out.
Yeah.
And paradoxically, that is what is going to take your performance in every area of your life to the next level. Because right now you're in a straitjacket, you're bound, right? But you're the one who's created the straitjacket. And you pin the tail on everyone else for keeping you there. And my guess is that you're terrified to slow down.
Yeah, I want to keep moving.
Yeah, so maybe let's acknowledge that. I feel really scared. I feel scared to slow down.
I do feel scared to slow down.
Yeah. Does anyone else ever feel scared to slow down? I mean, it's all of us. Me too. Just because I'm sitting here doesn't mean I have it all figured out. Like, not even close. But can we feel that? Right? Can we feel that fear without scheduling in the solution to the fear? Because right now, the desire to improve is your solution to the fear. And there's no such thing as a solution to a feeling. And I don't want you to wake up 20 years from now and look back and be like, fuck. Because I'll tell you the thing that is the most precious out of all of it. It's time. Right? Because we can't get that back. All the other things we can transact. Time we don't get back. We don't get to go back in time. One day you're going to wish you could go back and sit on the couch and watch TV with your wife for just 1 minute. And you're going to regret that you chose to prioritize all these other things. Maybe, maybe not, right? What's the emotion that you're touching right now?
Well, a little confusion because I'm not sure what empty space means exactly.
Yeah.
What that would be. How would I experience? I mean, I take walks
Yeah.
along the ocean, and
Yeah.
with a podcast in, there's more information. So, yeah, and maybe I've never really experienced meditation, and maybe that's something but I don't know what empty space means, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what it means, or what it can mean. I'll give you one flavor of it. You go for a walk on the beach, which you don't have a podcast in, and you just listen to the sound of the ocean, and you feel the sensation of the sand underneath your feet, and you feel the breeze on your skin. And maybe you walk a little bit on the water and you feel the wave coming, lapping at your feet, right? That's empty space. Empty space is cuddling with your wife and holding her close while you watch a movie or a TV show and just feeling her body next to yours and appreciating what it's like to be so close to another human being, right? It could also mean taking 5 minutes longer in the shower, right? And just feeling what it's like. Wow, there's these drops of water that are raining on me. Like, what an exquisite experience. Maybe it's staying in bed for 5 minutes longer when you wake up and just enjoying the cozy feeling of, your sheets. Maybe it's a cool day and you feel so cozy. It's releasing the attachment to the outcome. It's being here, right, in your body and enjoying that. And I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but it's certainly worth trying because
It's doing all those things without viewing it through the lens of productivity. So you don't do it thinking, this is going to make me more productive. You actually...
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's beautiful. So wouldn't it be a shame to have a beautiful, amazing life and never even feel it?